Ever wonder how hackers aren't able to get your password or credit card information when you enter it into a website on the internet? Well, it all boils down to Internet Certificates, also known as SSL or TLS certificates. SSL and TLS are short for Secure Socket Layer and Transport Layer Security. They are the standard technology used for securing internet connections. They encrypt data sent between a web server and a web browser or between two servers. They're essentially the S in HTTPS, which stands for secure. Without them, all the data we send on the internet would be in plain text and readable by hackers. Here's how they work. Let's assume I have a website and want traffic to and from the website to be secure. I'll first go to a CA or certificate authority to apply for an SSL certificate. A certificate authority is a trusted entity responsible for issuing digital certificates. Most hosting platforms handle this for you under the hood, so you don't have to do it yourself. Once the certificate authority verifies my identity and that I own the domain for the website, they issue the certificate. This certificate contains information like the domain name, organization name, validity period, digital signature, and most importantly, a public key. The certificate will then be installed on the web server hosting the site. When a web browser attempts to connect to the website over HTTPS, the web server presents its certificate as part of the TLS handshake process. The browser then verifies that the certificate is valid and digitally signed by a trusted CA by comparing it with its internal list of trusted CAs. This confirms that the server is who it says it is and the browser is interacting with the actual owner of the domain. The client then uses the public key from the certificate to encrypt a randomly generated session key and sends it to the server. Once the server receives the encrypted session key, it decrypts the key using its private key. This is called asymmetric encryption, where data encrypted using one key can only be decrypted using the private key. Both the client, which is the browser, and the server now possess the same session key, which will be used for symmetric encryption and decryption of data transmitted during the secure communication session. Anyone wanting to decrypt the messages sent between the client and the server will require the private key, which only the server has. This is a simplified version of what happens under the hood, and the TLS handshake may differ depending on the chosen cipher or chosen key exchange algorithm. This process also describes TLS handshake versions below 1.3. TLS version 1.3 shortens the back and forth between the client and the server and is more efficient. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments. As always, follow Oma Codes for more programming content like this.